Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story dives straight into Google's most ambitious AI release since Gemini 1 dropped, because Google didn't just update its models, and it's all centered on two huge launches, Gemini 3 and Google Antigravity. Gemini 3 is the big one. It's the start of a new era for Google's frontier models. And then there's Antigravity, the platform Google says is going to redefine how developers build, test, and ship code. Put those two together, and Google just lit the fuse for what it thinks the next decade of AI development will look like. So let's break it all down: the raw benchmarks, the wild new multimodal tricks, the agentic autonomy, the new generative UI in search, the whole vibe coding thing, and what it really means when Google says Antigravity lets AI agents act like full engineers. Alright, let's get into it. Gemini 3 is officially here, and Google didn't ease into this one. They pushed it across the entire stack on day one. The Gemini app, Search's new AI mode, the Gemini API, AI Studio, Vertex AI, and even Gemini Enterprise. All of it. You wake up, and suddenly your Google services have a brand new brain inside them. And this isn't a marginal upgrade. Gemini 3 is faster, deeper, and way more capable than Gemini 2.5 Pro across every major benchmark. You can see it in the numbers. Gemini 3 crushed its predecessor on humanity's last exam, on visual reasoning puzzles, on coding benchmarks, on scientific knowledge. It's all significantly higher. It earned a 1,501 ELO score on the LMArena leaderboard, which by itself is a wild number, but the eye-opener is its reasoning. It hit 37.5% on humanity's last exam with no tools, and 91.9% on GPQA Diamond. And then Google said, that's not enough, and rolled out Gemini 3 Deep Think, an even more advanced reasoning mode. Deep Think pushes it further. 41% on humanity's last exam, 93.8% on GPQA Diamond, and an unprecedented 45.1% on ARC-AGI-2 with code execution. Those ARC-AGI scores are the kind that get actual researchers to stop what they're doing and go, hold on, what? Gemini 3 also sets a new state-of-the-art on math with 23.4% on MathArena Apex. For math models, that's frontier territory. And then you get the multimodal side. Gemini 3 scores 81% on MMMU-Pro, 87.6% on Video-MMMU, and 72.1% on SimpleQA Verified. Those numbers make it clear this model isn't just reading text, it's understanding the world in multiple formats at once: images, video, code, audio, spatial reasoning. It treats all of it as the same canvas. But the raw benchmarks aren't even the most interesting part. It's how Gemini 3 communicates. Google keeps saying this update delivers responses with depth, nuance, and real clarity. And you can feel it. Gemini 3 doesn't ramble. It doesn't flatter you. It gives clear, confident reasoning, almost like talking to someone who actually knows what they're doing and isn't trying to impress you. The vibe is way more direct. Now the fun part, how Gemini 3 shows its work. Google's been talking for a while about multimodal inputs, but Gemini 3 is really about multimodal output. The model can generate fully interactive visual layouts directly inside Google Labs. If you ask for a 3-day Rome itinerary, you don't get a wall of text, you get a generative UI with widgets, design elements, options to branch into different scenarios, and images pulled into the interface. It's essentially a no-code UI builder that happens inside the answer pane. Gemini 3 has another feature called Dynamic View, where it uses its coding ability to generate experiences on the fly. You ask a question, and the model may spin up full interactive pages, little simulations, or tools you can click through. It's the first time we're seeing AI generate experiences, not just answers. Another big piece is Gemini Agent. This is Google's first step toward a generalist personal agent. It can take a vague goal, break it into plans, cluster tasks, and operate across your Google products. You can throw your entire inbox at it and tell it to organize everything, group tasks, summarize priorities, and clean up your workflow. Gemini 3 handles the planning, not just the execution. And yes, this is just the early iteration. Google's not hiding that the long-term plan is a true generalist agent that can work across all your services. One thing users will notice immediately is how Gemini 3 changes search with the new AI mode. Google says the goal is to let people ask natural questions without needing keywords. AI mode can route to different models based on difficulty. You can ask about images. You can ask about complex long-form problems. And when it answers, Gemini 3 can generate those immersive visual layouts and tools on the fly. And here's the scale part. The Gemini app now has 650 million monthly users, and Gemini itself has over 13 million developers. That means Gemini 3 rolled out to one of the largest AI user bases on the planet instantly. And all of this is before they bring Gemini 3 Deep Think to Google AI Ultra subscribers, once safety testers finish with it. Now, let's shift gears to the second half of this launch, because Gemini 3 didn't drop alone. Google also introduced Antigravity, which might be their biggest swing at redefining software development since Chrome launched. Antigravity isn't another IDE with an AI sidebar. Google built this as a platform for agent-first development. The idea is simple but bold. Let AI work like an actual engineer, not a chat assistant. The CTO of Google DeepMind said Antigravity is about pushing the frontiers of how the model and the IDE work together, and you see that in the design. Developers get a dedicated agent interface that lets autonomous agents operate directly through the code editor, the terminal, or the browser. You can give Antigravity a single prompt, and the agent can break it into subtasks, plan, build an application, test it, verify it, and generate the final product, all with minimal human involvement. The agent creates progress reports, runs walkthroughs of how the finished app works, and even generates explanations of what it did inside Chrome. And this isn't locked to one system. Antigravity is available on Mac, Windows, and Linux. What makes Antigravity actually feel like a next-generation tool is how Google built it on top of Gemini 3's reasoning, tool use, and agentic coding capabilities. But it also integrates with other models: Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 4.5, OpenAI's GPT-OSS models, and more. So this isn't a closed system. Google is pushing model optionality, letting developers choose the engine driving the agent. Now, one of the standout features is something Google calls artifacts. These are compact summaries, task outlines, implementation notes, browser recordings, screenshots. Instead of dumping 10,000 lines of action logs, the agent produces a digestible narrative of what it did, something a human can actually review. This is where Google's 4 principles come in: trust, autonomy, feedback, and self-improvement. Trust comes from Antigravity presenting work at the task level instead of drowning users in logs or hiding everything behind a single code diff. Autonomy comes from letting agents operate across the editor, terminal, browser, sometimes all at once, without needing a constant back and forth. And feedback is a huge one. Google built doc-style commenting directly into agent workflows. You can comment on screenshots, highlight errors in code, or annotate artifacts, and the AI updates its workflow without stopping the process. This makes the agent feel like a collaborator instead of a fragile robot that breaks whenever you intervene. Self-improvement comes from Antigravity's built-in knowledge base. The agent not only retrieves past work but contributes back to it: snippets of code, architectures it's used before, strategies for solving certain tasks. It learns its own patterns over time. Antigravity ships with 2 primary modes: Editor View and Manager View. Editor View feels like a powerful AI IDE with inline commands, tab completions, and an agent inside a sidebar. Manager View flips the whole paradigm. It's like mission control. You can orchestrate multiple agents working in parallel across different projects, and both views hand off to each other smoothly. Antigravity also comes with a Chrome extension that lets agents execute and inspect code in a real browser environment, critical for UI testing and web app validation. Plus, Antigravity is built on top of VS Code, meaning it supports thousands of existing extensions. Gemini 3 Pro inside Antigravity gets generous usage limits that reset every 5 hours. Google says only the top few % of users will ever hit that cap. And all of this is available in public preview for free. This isn't some limited beta, you can try it now. When you step back, Gemini 3 and Antigravity are really 2 halves of the same idea. Google is pushing toward a world where AI is not just an assistant, it's a full partner, something that learns with you, builds with you, plans with you, and helps bring ideas to life across formats, mediums, and devices. It's the same energy we saw in Google's Ironwood TPU announcement, this feeling that Google sees the next decade of AI as a shift from experimentation to deployment, from playing with models to actually building with them at scale. Gemini 3 gives Google the intelligence, the reasoning, and the multimodal understanding. Antigravity gives it the agentic backbone and the environment where that intelligence can actually do things. This is Google positioning itself for the era of agents, multimodal workflows, and autonomous development. And with the scale of its ecosystem, Gemini app users, search traffic, Chrome users, Android devices, it suddenly feels like they're turning the entire Google world into an AI-native platform. And that's the full breakdown of Gemini 3 and Google Antigravity. If you enjoyed this video, then do like and share. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon. Thanks for watching. This is AI Tides, and I'll see you in the next one.